Dude, we're September 28th right now. Did you see Cougs last night?
Big dub.
Got $100 from that game.
Big dub. Big comeback win.
Their quarterback's not too bad.
Yeah.
True freshman.
Yeah,
name is Bear.
If your name's Bear, you better be a bad man. And you wear number 47 as a quarterback. Oh, you can clap again.
Dude, I'm clapping.
Tyler can clap again.
All right. Are you ready? Do you know what Bear's brother's name is?
Tiger.
Yeah.
You know what his oldest brother's name is?
No.
Hank.
Hank?
Yeah, you get Bear, Tiger, and Hank. You can tell the parents did not. Like, you can tell which ones they love a little more.
Alrighty, you ready?
I'm ready.
Wow, do we have a lot to talk about. But first, are you pretty natural with the wood?
I'm pretty good. There was a lot of woody jokes this weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of wood jokes.
All right, first, big shout out to the title sponsor. Well, first of all, welcome back.
Take our woody?
Which one?
Our paddle.
That was me.
You used it?
Well, I was practicing with it. I thought that was the one I was using.
Oh, okay.
But I was mistaken.
Oh.
It was not. It was quite a bit different than the ones we were using.
Oh,
welcome back, everybody, to another episode of King of the Court. We are your hosts, Tyler and
Jimmy Miller.
You know what? I was thinking to myself, how long is KOTC going to go on for? Could it end right now?
It could end tomorrow, to be honest.
Could it be another 10, 20, 30 years? What is this?
I mean, it could end tomorrow, but I did see the other day, we're at like episode 160 something.
Yeah, we're racking them up.
That's actually insane to me. That's a lot.
Who would have thought?
It's crazy. Consistency in all things is key, Tyler.
In all things. All right. Thank you to the title sponsor, which is the Picklr. We love the Picklr. They are the #1 indoor pickleball facility in the entire world. Outside of the states, they have facilities going up, and also inside the states, they have facilities. I think they opened up their 53rd.
53rd.
I think their 53rd indoor facility here in the States, so that's a massive milestone. Congrats to them. If you're interested in opening your own business within pickleball and want to open up pickleball facilities, reach out to thepicklr.com and tell them that the guys at KOTC sent you.
Sorry. I had something on my
You all right?
I had something on my sweatshirt and I cleaned it. And it like left a big water stain. I was just making sure it dried before I I got 7 million comments about it.
We did a Cameo last week, and they said they loved Jimmy's voice, that they could listen to him describe paint dry.
It's pretty incredible.
So maybe we just have you read all the ads.
I mean, I feel like that is probably one of the biggest compliments I've ever seen.
I know. They said they never skip forward through the ads because we make them so entertaining.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? All right. Also, we have a KOTC code for all MLP and PPA events. Also, in the same breath, we have a code for nationals.
USA Pickleball
Nationals. If anyone is interested in participating in that, use code KOTC. We haven't checked if it works, but somebody over there was listening to the pod and said, hey, do you guys want a code? We said, sure.
Yeah, USAP Nationals. Also, the MLP Cup and the Worlds, PPA Worlds.
If you sign up for any tournament, just try KOTC.
Yeah, anything that you buy, just try KOTC. There's a rumor that there's a new paddle out, the first official paddle from a player.
Uh-huh.
Owned by a player, company owned by a player.
We might even have a code there. Try it there.
I would try it and see what happens.
Go check us out on Cameo if you'd like any individualized special messages for birthdays, pickleball analysis, Jimmy to roast you, whatever it might be. Also, we have a Pickleball Central link. Click in the description below, and it will apply to your order.
Are we becoming Joe Rogan with all these ad reads?
We might be, except for I think he might get paid a little bit less than us.
He probably makes a little. Yeah, he probably does it for free, to be honest. Pro bono podcast.
All right, Jimmy. Yesterday, this lady came up to me, and she said, "Where's Jimmy?" I said, "He's back home." And she said, "I traveled 2.5 miles to harass him, and he's not here." Or 2.5 hours. Sorry, 2.5 hours.
Where's she from?
Somewhere in that northern California area. Actually, she told me, but I forgot.
Okay, well, let's talk about Sacramento.
So she traveled 2.5 hours to harass you.
Oh, I feel bad.
But you weren't there.
I feel bad. But guess what?
What?
You couldn't pay me enough to go to Sacramento.
Sacramento is interesting.
People from Sacramento don't like Sacramento.
There's a lot of traffic. I didn't think there'd be so much traffic in
bro,
Sac.
it's California. Like it's the capital. Some people may not know this, but it is actually the capital of California.
Yeah.
Did you see the Capitol building?
I'm sure I did in the distance, not up close and personal.
So it is the capital. It's also where they host the California State Fair.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty big.
Oh my gosh. Last sponsor that we forgot to mention. Flick Weights.
I'm rocking the hat.
The hat you're wearing.
Yes.
We love Flick Weights. Honestly, this is my favorite product at the moment. Tungsten weighted strips. They come pre-cut.
Did you weight the wood?
No, I did not. There was like 1 or 2 players that did, but I heard you weren't supposed to or weren't able to. But there were some that did. So
that's got to be really heavy.
Yeah.
Already.
Yep. Tungsten strips are incredible from Flick Weights. Go check them out, flickweight.com. Use code KOTC. Yes. They're weights, and they come pre-cut, so you can put them wherever you want. You can put them on the top, the sides, the bottom, anywhere you want, and it just adds that little extra to your paddle, and it makes that paddle, the sweet spot, feel so much bigger.
A little more power, a little more balanced. Yep. Yeah.
Check them out, flickweight.com. Use code KOTC. We love them. They're a cheap product. You use our code KOTC. It's going to save even more. Thank you for the support. We love you guys. Check them out, flickweight.com.
Yeah,
they also have a bunch of other products too.
Yeah, they have a ton of products. Also, this hat is absolute fire. If you can't see it, zoom in. Zoom in on my face. Let me smile.
Okay. Fire. That's what the F.
Fire.
Fire.
The F means fire. Wear this hat.
Yeah, go check them out. Honestly, they're a really cool brand and they look cool. And everybody, I honestly think that's kind of the new trend right now is weighting your paddle. So
I think it's an old trend that you're just catching on to, but
no,
kind of like drilling.
A lot of players are starting to do it now. Okay,
so
back to Sacramento.
Sacktown. So the home of the Sacramento Kings. Who's the most famous Sacramento King of all time?
Bibby, Mike Bibby.
That's not a bad. Bibby's not a bad choice. I think White Chocolate, Jason Williams, might be up there. But back in the day, probably before, there was some guys like Mitch Richmond played for them. There was a guy by the name of Wayman Tisdale.
Okay.
They used to have these baby blue uniforms with the king on them. Pretty sick. But listen, not even people from Sacramento like Sacramento. They live there because they probably have to or can't afford to leave.
Uh-huh.
I mean, let's be honest. It is the home of the Sacramento River Cats. So shout out the River Cats. But again, it's just not a place that like you're going to vacation. How about that? That's probably the best way to put it.
It was pretty though. I mean, they have some of the
California
trees.
is not bad. If you can get up a little bit up there, it's not like, yeah. But Sacramento itself, we don't mess with Sacramento.
Okay. All right, so there was quite a bit of pickleball happening this last weekend. There was PPA Sacramento, the Vintage Sacramento Open, and then we also had simultaneously Malaysia, PPA Malaysia.
Yeah, PPA.
So across the world.
PPA Malaria with all that freaking humidity. Insane.
All right, so we will.
What do you want to start with? You want to start with Sacktown?
Sacktown is good.
Sacktown.
All right, so this was a weird.
Shout out Jimmer Fredette, number 10 overall pick, went to Sacramento Kings.
This was a weird tournament because initially they were going to have all the players that participated use wood paddles, and then about 2 to 3 weeks before the actual tournament started, they sent out an email saying, "Hey, just kidding, only the pros will be using wood paddles." And I think by then it was a bit too late for amateurs. I think a lot of them made up their minds. And I also heard that there was another tournament going on like 5 miles away from that venue that a lot of the amateurs would have played in, but they were playing in the other tournament.
Also in Sac.
Exactly.
Was it in Sac? Actually in Sacramento?
Arden, I believe, is the area.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the venue is a Lifetime venue. I think Lifetime took it over just recently, and they like renovated a bunch of stuff. It's a beautiful venue, beautiful. The landscaping around it, they have these incredible trees. It kind of made me feel like I was in Palo Alto with those trees.
Yeah.
But yeah, the courts were beautiful.
Like there's some decent So look, I'm giving Sac like a bad name. Old Town Sac, Downtown Sac, not great. But like El Dorado Hills is decent. Mm-hmm. You know, I've got a couple buddies that live in Rockland. That's like close enough. It's not bad, but yeah, I heard the facility was great.
Yeah. All right, so obviously the main thing of this tournament was it was a wood paddle tournament. So the consensus and a lot of the feedback that I got from players and spectators alike was that it was not their favorite tournament. However, it was refreshing to see.
Let me give you my take.
Refreshing was the word that a lot of people used.
Let me give you my take, Tyler, because that's what we're here for. Let's be honest.
Exactly. Let's go.
It was hard to watch. Okay? I understand it. I get it. I like the novelty of it. I think it was a good idea. It was not great pickleball.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is look, I understand why they're doing it, okay? And I think that it was a cool novelty concept. If they did it once a year, great. I don't think that it's like the worst thing in the world, right? But I do think that it is kind of a little bit of a reminder that we need to embrace technology, right? We should embrace the technology. We should embrace these new paddles, right? The game is more exciting. Now, look, there's got to be a limit, but the game is more exciting with, especially to the viewer, with these rocket paddles. It just is. I mean, you know, there's a purist out there that probably loved it and they, you know, grew up on Bainbridge Island and, right, cut their own paddles when they were a kid. But this was not the most exciting thing in the world. It seemed like every time someone hit an overhead or a ball at your feet, they were almost impossible to dig, right? Because you couldn't really, you know, dig with the paddles. Now, look, if both teams got to the kitchen, the dinking wasn't bad. I actually noticed very early on that Dylan Frazier realized, this is just an assumption on my part because I haven't talked to him, but it seemed like Dylan Frazier realized that these paddles were a bit heavier and that people didn't have the quickest hands with these paddles. And so he was pulling everything because he realizes is if he just pulls every single shot, then it's going to be hard to defend, right? People don't have the quickest hands with these, and it seemed to be working. A lot of long dink rallies. You know, not everybody used the Dylan strategy.
I mean, this was an interesting tournament. There were very few players compared to most tournaments, but the days were long. A lot of the matches, especially on center court, almost all of them went 3 games. Yeah. And so it made those days go just super, super, super long. And we've talked about this before, but in the pickleball software, the pickleball bracket software, I know in the past they've had different formulas for what ball they're using, time limits, like an estimate on when those events will finish. Yeah. I'd be very curious to see how much longer the events would go if they calculated that for wooden paddle tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like, well, I mean, here's some fun facts for you. So the men's doubles gold medal match, okay, went 72 minutes and only went 3 games.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
The men's doubles.
And that was only 3 games.
The men's doubles bronze match went 3 games. It also went 72 minutes.
Okay.
Let's just look. I think singles obviously usually goes a little bit faster unless Christian Alshon's there toweling off. But let's look at women's doubles. I'm just curious the length.
Of what?
The match, Tyler. Women's doubles bronze, 84 minutes.
How many games?
3 games.
3 games? Yeah.
Only 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Women's gold went 4 and it was almost 100 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels like that's a long time.
Also, one thing to know is these paddles were wood. However, they were quite a bit smaller in size than the standard paddles were.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to use just a wood standard paddle, but these were...
Well, could you imagine how heavy it would be if they used standard size?
Yeah, it would be quite a bit heavier.
Yeah. But they were small, and it was like, you know, a lot of players were missing the face. And, you know, like I said, watching it was kind of hard to dig balls.
I mean, the wood was difficult to adjust to a little bit, but I actually think the size of it was more difficult than the actual material.
The size of the wood.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you have to build up.
Exactly. You got to be adaptable.
Yeah, get used to it.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. So let's go through some results. Okay. Because some people handled the wood a little better than others.
Yeah, some were really natural with it. Others weren't.
Yes. So you want to go, where do you want to start?
Men's singles. Is that good?
Men's singles. Yeah. Okay. Men's singles. So at the beginning, I actually, but By the way, so I'm doing this bracket thing someone asked me to do.
And also, mind you, that this tournament did count for points.
Yeah.
It was an event, and so it wasn't like an exhibition or something just for fun.
I'm doing this bracket thing, and there's a bunch of like pickleball. I don't want to use the word influencer. Nerds is probably a better word. And I was in first place as of yesterday, by the way.
Well, how about now? As of the finals?
Well, I don't know, but I'm very good at predicting who is good with the wood. So, men's singles. I think that I said, and you said this on the show, that we thought the cat and mouse guys would be a little better. The guys who are just going to grip and rip, I thought, so there's two things that stuck out to me. Guys that were good at cat and mouse, and guys that have a little bit of length. Okay?
Okay.
And what I mean by that is height, Tyler.
Okay.
Okay. So like a Chris Hayworth is very long, right?
Yep. As long as he's not missing returns.
Yes. But Jay DeVilliers, kind of a unit at the net.
Yep.
Kind of a bit bigger, long wingspan guy. So Jay goes and beats Hunter Johnson. Hunter crashes out. Mm-hmm. Completely crash out, broke his paddle, right? Mm-hmm. Jay wins that. And then Jay loses to our guy, Baby Kyrgios himself.
Yep.
Gabe Joseph. Gabe Joseph had a hell of a run. This is back-to-back or 2 out of 3?
He's been doing great in singles the past 3 months.
Yeah. So Gabe ends up beating Jay. He beats Chris Hayworth, 5-4, by the way. And then he goes to the finals against Fed. And Fed actually almost, like Yates took him to 3. And then he didn't have much trouble with Noe and with Connor Garnett. Mm-hmm. But in the final, it was 11-8, 12-10 for Fed.
Well, actually, so I was watching Connor's match against Fed, mm-hmm. and there was did you watch it?
Yes.
You saw it all?
I did not see the whole thing, though.
Do you see the first game?
Yes, 11-8.
Yeah, so there was a very interesting point. Fed was up, I believe, 10-8 in game 1, mm-hmm. and Connor serves the ball, mm-hmm. and Fed calls it out. And mm-hmm. Connor thought 100% it was in.
Yes.
And it almost felt like Fed knew that it was in, but he was going to challenge it or let Connor challenge it. Anyways, Fed gives Connor the ball because he's assuming it was in.
Yeah.
Anyways, it comes back that the replay system was down.
Oh.
And so I don't know if that was displayed through the broadcast, but what do you think of that?
It's tough because...
So it's almost as if Fed, it was very close, but he gave Connor the ball, almost knowing that they were going to overturn it.
So we've had this I don't want to use the word controversy, but we've had this. So Callie Smith, this happened with Callie, mm-hmm. I think, in a match where she said, I'm going to call it out, but you can challenge it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like players are calling the ball, in
their favor.
Yeah. And just essentially telling their opponents that they can challenge.
The only thing with this,
Jay DeVilliers has done it several times.
Yeah, the only thing with this is that Fed literally gave him the ball, expecting the call to be overturned.
Yeah, so that makes it tough because if you feel like if you're Fed and you feel like it was out enough for you to hand Connor the ball, mm-hmm. you probably should have just called it out, mm-hmm. right? Or in.
Yeah.
And so, but I do feel like there's a lot of players that are just kind of doing that, knowing that the player has a challenge. And so then when it kind of backfires and the replay system is down, that's a tough look, right? Now, look, Connor still had a chance to, obviously that might have been the end of it, but the next game he lost 11-1.
Exactly, yeah.
But, you could see how that could fluster somebody, right? Frustrate you for sure. So, I think it's tough. I think you got to call it the best that you can, and you can't call it assuming it's going to be overturned.
Yeah.
Okay. So Fed ends up winning that. Mm-hmm. He beats Gabe Joseph. So Fed, I think that's his first gold of the year. And
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy.
With a wood paddle.
When he does it with a wood paddle.
That Adidas really prepped him, huh?
Yeah. Someone said that, I think it was Camilla. Camilla Zilvetti's kind of funny.
Okay.
She said, the Sacramento Vintage Open is not fair because Selkirk players have been using basically the same thing as wood paddles for 3 years.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, big win. And then Chris Hayworth, Connor Garnett had a barn burner in the bronze. 11-4, 13-11, 11-9. The big unit, Chris Hayworth.
Congrats, Chris.
Picks up the dub. So he has a fourth and a third in his first two
Yeah, I think that's his first bronze since being signed.
Yeah.
Or
So he
first
got
medal since being
fourth,
signed.
and then he got a fourth and third. That's not. I mean, look, we knew he would come on the scene right away and have an impact. But I'm sure that he wishes. Obviously, it was.
He's pretty good with that wood, huh?
I mean, Chris is just good in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the wood paddle definitely played a factor.
I was very surprised that some of the players, they were able to make adjustments. It almost looked very natural to them. And then others, it seemed like they really struggled. To be honest, I thought Jack Sock was going to struggle a lot more with it, but he seemed to be pretty natural.
Yeah, he seemed to be able to get a lot of top spin
Yeah.
somehow randomly
Yeah.
on that paddle. So yeah, big dub.
Women's singles.
Women's singles, Tyler, we almost had it. We almost had it. My BFF that doesn't know it,
Jeannie Bouchard.
Jeannie Bouchard. Jeannie B.
Jeannie B, she loves the wood paddle.
Well, look, here's the thing with Jeannie is she probably started playing with a wood paddle when she first practiced because she didn't know anything about pickleball.
Yeah.
So she's probably more used to it than anybody else. Jeannie B, so she beats Lane Sleeth. Lane actually hurt her hip and had to pull out of that match. But then look at this. Beats Brooke Buckner. That's a good win. Then she beats Leia. And then she beats, that was all. And then Kate Fahey ends up actually dropping game one to Mary Brasha. And then ends up winning 5-0. They get to the gold medal match. Kate was just a little bit too much. The second game, Jeannie played a lot better.
Yeah, it was 11-9, right?
Yeah, 11-9. She had a chance. I thought she played pretty tough. Jeannie was actually not bad at all. Look, she figured out how to just hit ground strokes with that wood paddle and almost.
To me, why is it that these top level tennis players come over and they're doing great with these wood paddles? Jack, Jeannie.
It is interesting.
You think they would have done better with these other paddles that provide more power?
Well, what I think, let me give you my opinion, and maybe I'm totally off base, but I think those top players have better ground strokes than some of these other players because they've been playing such high level tennis, right? And so they're able to essentially just make balls against some of these other players.
But you would think the same thinking would apply for other paddles.
Okay, you would, but the problem is if your opponent has another paddle, they can hit a passing shot on you, right?
Yeah.
They can move you around better. Where Jeannie and Jack can just make balls with the wood paddle, and the opponent essentially you just hit the ball over the net until they make a mistake because they're using that wood paddle. Where when they have other paddles, they're moving you around, they're hitting passing shots, they're able to go more on the defensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Jeannie, look, got her first medal, silver medal. Congrats to Jeannie B. And Leia ends up beating Mary in 3 for the bronze. Leia actually double bronze weekend for Leia Jansen.
Bronze.
The bronzer. Who uses the most bronzer on tour? Ava Ignatowicz probably.
I think I saw her boyfriend, I'm presuming. Was he there?
I don't know, but he doesn't know he's her boyfriend.
Well, somebody was carrying her bags.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Was it Tyson?
No, I'm assuming it was her boyfriend.
Would the ultimate pickleball, what's the word? Detour, scandal, shocker be if Ava Ignatowicz started dating Colin Johns? Would that be like the biggest pickleball shock of all time? I'm serious.
Never in a million years.
What if Ava dated Colin?
Let's make it happen. Actually, Colin has a girlfriend.
It's okay.
And Ava has a boyfriend.
Allegedly.
Okay. Mixed.
So I made a prediction.
All right.
I thought J-Dub and Georgia would do well.
Okay.
I also thought that Lane and Riley, I thought Riley would have a good tournament. I thought that this was kind of a fitting tournament for a guy like Riley. I did miss on a couple because I actually thought Callie and Jaume could have done pretty well together.
I was surprised on that one, yeah.
But Jack Sock and Angie Walker upset them.
Yep. First round.
Yeah. Round of 32, yeah. So the other players that had pretty good. Also,
by the way, everybody, look at this.
No cast.
Free moving. A little scar right there.
Yeah, but it felt good. Feels good.
Yeah, I mean, it feels incredible that it's off. It's probably 30% of full, but it's improving quite a bit every day.
That's good.
Yeah.
Andre Descu, Tina Pisnik pulled out. I don't think Tina even showed up, did she?
I thought she was there actually, and she was injured. She had a doctor's note.
Okay, so Tina pulls out.
Yeah.
Kate and Dylan made a really good run. They ended up beating Noe and Maggie, and then they beat. How about Spencer Smith and Lindsay Newman?
Quarterfinal
run, throwing it back.
Yeah.
They beat Chris Hayworth and Dominique Schaefer 14-12
They
in the
did
third.
get that lucky loser slot from Andre and Dylan, or Andre and Tina.
Yeah. Now we have the big upset. Augie Guh and Samantha Parker beat Fed and Leia. And then Lane Sleeth and Riley Newman beat Tyra and Pablo.
Yes. Yep.
Tyra and Pablo actually went 3 games in the first round against Kiora Kunimoto and Will McKinnon.
So real quick, just because Will McKinnon's dad is a referee, and I've known him ever since I started playing pickleball, he wanted me to, or he mentioned this, that I could share it on the pod, but he was there in 2015, 2017. Anyways, Will was 10 years old, so he's 17 years old right now.
Okay.
So he's a young guy, but he was born on Bainbridge Island.
Really?
Yeah. And now he's playing.
So he's meant to be a pickleball player.
Exactly.
And he took Pablo and Tyra to 3. That's pretty impressive.
In men's doubles, he actually beat Hunter and Yates.
Yeah. How about that? Congrats, Will.
Yep. So big shout out to Will and your dad.
And his dad. Has his dad ever reffed one of his matches?
I don't know.
Would that be...
He actually wanted... Well, this probably won't get him in trouble, but he wanted us to request us to move to a different court so he could watch his son's match at the same time.
Oh, smart. Yeah. Okay.
Two for one.
Yeah, listen, that's a dad move.
We did not do that, but I think he was saying it more as in jest.
Yeah, but I think that's a cool thing to do as a dad.
What if somebody makes a massive kitchen violation, but the ref was looking at a different court?
Sorry,
was watching.
Speaking of, bro, we'll get to men's doubles, but you challenged it, and you stepped on the line. I haven't seen that from you in a while.
Yeah, the only thing that was really weird is she said it was on my left foot, but it was on my right foot.
Okay.
And so had she said it was my right foot, I maybe wouldn't have challenged it, but she told me it was on my left foot, and I believe it was on my right. And so I was like, there's no way I stepped on it with my left. But the replay showed that it was my right.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I was on the line. I was on the line by like an inch or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kate and Dylan, again, I felt like Dylan figured out the wood paddle thing in a hurry, and he was just pulling every single ball. And they actually had a barn burner of a match. Did you call that match?
Yes. Well, I mean, I think they had a couple, but I called one of theirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Noe and Maggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you asked a question, or you had Drew ask a question.
Well, I didn't have him ask a question. We were just talking in the booth.
Well, he said, Tyler wanted me to ask this. and he said,
Jimmy, do you think it hurts more if you hit yourself with a wood paddle or a standard composite paddle?
Did Kate hit herself at all?
I don't know.
No. That was a one-time thing. I think that she's learned her lesson.
No, she for sure. I saw her.
Really?
Yeah.
She hit herself with a wood paddle?
Not on the head, but like on the leg and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I think if you get hit with a wood paddle on the leg, it's probably just a reminder of most people's childhoods.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, just flashbacks.
But she was not a fan of that question.
No, she was not.
Not a fan.
She did not think it was funny.
Is that offensive?
I think that maybe in her eyes, she feels like it's something that she doesn't want to bring attention to.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's like a mental health thing, but maybe.
She's going to blame me now for saying this.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But she doesn't want to bring attention to it, and you did.
Yeah.
You couldn't bring up how well she played. You had to talk about her hitting her pop.
She played great. Dylan played great.
You had to talk about her hitting her leg.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, bringing up that someone's a female as opposed to just that they're a great basketball player. Okay.
I apologize, Kate.
Angel Reese is a great rebounder.
I talked to her afterwards for a little bit.
She's a great rebounder. We don't care that she misses shots. She's a great rebounder.
I feel like these are not good analogies.
No, it is. It's like saying, yeah, I'm really sad that guy got killed, but he was an a-hole, and these are the things that he said. Yeah, that's what it felt like. You should get canceled for that, actually.
They're canceling KOTC is uncancelable.
I know. We'll see. So J-Dub Georgia make the finals. They play against Kate and Dylan. Kate and Dylan roll game 1, 11-3. And then they freaking were in control in game 2. Actually, that game point in game 2. And they end up losing. And then they lose the next two, 11-5, 11-5. J-Dub Georgia, another dub. And then Lane and Riley actually made the bronze against Jesse and Gabe, but Lane pulled out with her bad hip.
Yeah.
So hopefully she can get that taken care of. But that's a good run for them too.
Yep.
I don't know if we'll see more of them or not together. I have no idea if this was a one-off or what.
Alrighty. Any other mixed doubles?
No, it was good. I mean, listen, like I said, it's not great pickleball, but at the end of the day, it still has its moments, and I understand the
word, like I said, that I kept hearing was it's refreshing.
Sure, yeah.
Like it or not, it's refreshing to see.
It is, but it was...
The thing that made me a little bit more frustrated was not the wood paddles or anything like that. It's the fact that, and I get it, but it's the fact that there was a PPA tournament going on at the same time that was standard paddles, and you get the same amount of points, if not more. And so... That was
Malaysia?
PPA Malaysia.
Yeah, but okay, but don't you feel like you went over to PPA Asia and played, and you get points, and everybody else was playing in a full field here in the States?
I don't disagree, and the thing is the wood paddles.
Yeah.
I don't care that there was 2 tournaments going on. It's the fact that one of them was wood paddles.
Yeah, but one has a full field and one doesn't. Maybe that's what evens it out. I don't know. I agree with you though. I mean, it's interesting. It'll be interesting moving forward how they
calculate
and balance those points, because the reality is if there's 6 or 8 PPA Asia events, there's going to be, if a player goes over there.
And then the other thing is, I don't know all the ins and outs with going over there. I heard that not all the players, like if you wanted to go over there from PPA USA, you couldn't go over there. Like you had to get permission to go over there.
So that's what I was wondering too, because it seems like there could be a player that goes over there, wins 6 events over there, and they honestly would be a top 10 player without ever winning on here in the States. So I think that they probably need to be careful about who they allow over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go women's doubles.
Real quick, we got to give a big shout out to our next sponsor, which is C&D Pickleball Nets. We love C&D. Last week, they were not using C&D Pickleball Nets, and it's noticeable. Even with the slightest breeze, some of these nets, they kind of lift up, their legs lift up.
Okay, but you know what I did notice with the wood paddles?
What?
I noticed fewer net cords. You know why?
Because people aren't driving as much?
Not driving, and also I felt like the margin of error, you could miss higher on your dinks because
that's fair.
The speed ups weren't as
yeah.
But again, C&D nets, best nets out there. I got a text over the weekend, Tyler, of somebody playing at someone's private courts, and they were insane. These courts, indoor. I mean, it was incredible. And they zoomed in and they were using C&D nets.
C&D, baby.
And again, if you are going to build a massive private court and you're going to spend the money, why not put the best net?
David Dobrik, social media influencer. Millions of fans.
Millions.
He posts quite a bit on his Instagram when he plays pickleball. A couple times a week, it seems like. C&D net.
You know who else? Jamie Foxx. C&D nets.
Anyways, they're the best pickleball nets out there. Go check them out at bestpickleballnets.com. Use code KOTC. They also have one of my favorite nets, which is called the Qualifier net. It retails at $15.99, and if you use our code, you save yourself some extra money.
Yeah, I mean it's a great option for people out there that want a C&D, but maybe you need something that's just a little bit, budget's a little tight. Maybe it's a church or a school or something like that.
Also, it is a little bit lighter. The Qualifier net is a little bit lighter and more portable than their heavy-duty net.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support. They've been with us from the beginning. Go check them out.
Yeah, those are our guys.
Okay, men's doubles or women's?
Women's. Let's go women's. Okay, so, I mean, look, I thought Tyra and Georgia were heavy favorites.
I think they were heavy favorites.
Yeah, I felt like they were heavy favorites in this. And so Lindsay Newman and Lane Sleeth take Brooke Buckner and Leia to 3.
Mm-hmm. That was the first round, right?
First round.
They
started
most of
in
them
the 16.
started in round of 16,
Yeah, everybody did.
Okay.
Everyone started around a 16. So I felt like they were probably heavy favorites. And then I actually thought Tina would do pretty well in this tournament too. But she pulled out with that injury. So They take them to 3, and then Leia and Brooke get Tyra and Georgia, and you think, okay, well, Tyra and Georgia, Leia and Brooke are good, but they haven't played together, and they end up beating them. Leia and Brooke upset in the quarters over Tyra and Georgia, which is pretty insane. And then Callie Jo Smith and Jesse Irvin.
Vintage, baby.
Vintage, the OGs, 2 of the pickleball OGs. They pick up big win over Ling Wei Kong in her ugly shoes and Krista Getcheva. So we get to the semis, and do you think that it's like a little bit of a letdown? You play Tyra and Georgia, you just upset them, and then you kind of have a little bit of like a letdown in the semis, and you lose to Callie and Jesse.
Yeah, that's probably not expected.
No, I mean, now look, they were both close. It was 12-10, 11-9. Both games were extremely close, but that is the refreshing part.
I wonder what the Calci odds were for that one.
Good question, but that is the refreshing part of the wood paddle.
Yeah.
Right? It's that great equalizer. And then Etta. So Etta and
Hey, do her last name.
Tuiona Toa.
Clap.
Tuiona Toa. Wait, I missed one. Okay, so Etta and Lacey, they almost lost to Megan and Lucy. 12-10.
So I did not watch that, but I heard they were down 10-6 or 10-7.
10-7.
Yeah, and they ran all the way back.
Yeah, and they came back.
Yeah.
And they ended up pulling it off. And then they play the Brashos, and that goes 3. 11-9, 12-10, 11-5, 10-12, 11-5. So that one's a tough one, goes 3. And then they make the finals against Callie and Jesse. So we got 2 Utah girls.
Go Utah.
Yeah. And Etta and Lacey win the gold.
Woo-hoo.
I think Lacey's second. I think she won Australia.
Hold on, that's cheering for them. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was the syllable game that gave her the win because Schneeman doesn't have a lot, but it has a lot of letters.
Schneeman.
Schneeman. Etta and Lacey, big dub.
Combine their last names and clap them out.
Tuiona Toa Schneeman.
You're going way too fast.
Also, congrats, Callie and Jesse with the silver, and then Leia Jansen and Brooke Buckner.
Yep.
11-9, 9-11, 11-9. Doesn't get closer than that in the bronze.
All right. Awesome. Real quick, we got to give a big shout out to our next sponsor who we love so dearly, Vulcan Pickleball.
Dearly.
You know what? People love the Vulcan ball so much that we had a Vulcan ball, a brand new one, and somebody stole it from our office.
Stole it. Yeah, they did.
Literally, they stole it. And so we had to go find a Vulcan ball laying around, and this is the one we got. As you can tell, it's been used and
because
hit,
people love it.
And it's still in great shape.
And look at that vibrant color.
Go to vulcanpickleball.com. Use code KOTC. Vulcan is the official ball of so many different leagues. Major League Pickleball, Minor League Pickleball, Dupr, Collegiate, high school. And so if you are playing in any of these events, that's the ball they're using. Yeah,
listen, it's if you're a competitive amateur, it's the ball for you. Did you see Dupr's new adjustment?
What, that when you win a PPA Japan, your Dupr goes down?
No, they now do projections, and they tell you what your projected score against an opponent should be.
Interesting.
So it'll show you.
Wait, so can you just put in random names and it'll tell you?
Yeah. So you could say, I'm going to play this person.
Oh, that's fun.
And so your projected score against that person should be this. And if
Interesting.
It's closer than that, then your Dupr might go down. If it's better than that, then your Dupr might go up.
Also, what I learned, I don't know much about the algorithm, but apparently if the total Dupr is greater than 1 point, and you win or lose, it doesn't count.
It doesn't adjust. Yeah. I've heard that too. Sarah will have to confirm.
Listening on her Spotify.
Listen on Spotify on your drive to work. Please confirm or deny if there is a more than a 1 point difference in the total Dupr rating between players. Will your Dupr adjust or is it just thrown out?
Okay.
Please let us know. That's a good question. All right. Men's dubs. Tyler.
Yes.
Lauren Schlecht and Joshua Cooperman.
My guys.
Ran into an absolute buzzsaw.
Okay.
11-1, 11-0.
Hey, they're great guys.
11-1, 11-0 though.
Cooperman was up 12, or no, not 12, 10-6 or 10-4 on Fed in singles.
Should Cooperman and Schlecht played the amateur division instead.
Well, as we looked up afterwards, there was not really much.
Should they have been the third team in the amateur division?
They could have got a gold.
That's true.
No, we talked to those guys before, and they're super nice.
Cool guys?
Yeah.
So then you
They
guys...
listen to the pod. I don't know if I like it or don't like it, because a lot of people come up to me before we play and say, hey, I'm a big fan of the pod, or I've been listening for so long. I'm like, awesome. Now we get to play pickleball.
Yeah, but that's nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Just don't chirp them then.
I never do, unless they start it.
Lauren Schlecht and Joshua Cooperman.
Yeah.
Good run. Like you said, Cooperman's really good. They're singles guys.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys pick up the dub there. Mm-hmm. Then you get AJ and DLR.
Yes. Yep.
Which I didn't think the DLR would be great with the wood paddle, but I thought AJ would do pretty well. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, it was 12-10 first game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you guys end up pulling it together.
One thing to know also with these wood paddles, you know how PPA
Sketch. You know Sketch?
Banned white paddles years ago?
What's up, brother? Yeah.
It has a similar effect on the wood paddles because they poured like this lacquer or this like epoxy stuff on it.
Yeah.
And it makes it shiny. And so whenever the sun shines on it, you get this crazy reflection and you lose the ball. And so that was the case. That was happening quite a bit. In a lot.
Was it?
Like literally you would lose the ball off the reflection of the wood paddle.
That makes sense.
So
you end up winning that. You go to the quarters and you get Andre DSQ and Colin Jones.
Oh, funny story from our match. There were some intense moments and some of the opponents were using strong language. Some that might say expletives. Is that the word? Or say that word, expletives.
Expletives. In this match? You're saying in the Colin Andre match?
No, AJ and Daniel.
Okay.
And the ref was all like, hey, guys, you need to tone it down, essentially. And AJ was like, it doesn't matter. There's nobody watching.
Oh. Wow. So, but AJ was using bad words. No, you practiced with AJ, right?
Yeah, I like AJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Andre and Colin.
Yeah. I actually liked that matchup going in. Yeah.
And so they end up beating you in game one.
Game one, they win 11-6?
11-5.
11-5.
Yep.
And then game two, they were actually leading for quite a bit of it. And then I felt like, hey, we got to put on the gas. We got to step on it. Just be aggressive, kind of like Dylan, just be ultra aggressive, because I felt like in almost every hands battle we got in, we were coming out on top.
Yeah, I think the team that got off first with the wood was usually the team that did better.
Yeah. And so that's what I was telling Connor. I'm like, dude, every single ball, literally, just speed up, just be aggressive.
Yeah, and it worked.
It worked for a little bit, yeah.
You were blowing up Colin.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing him.
Yeah.
And Colin looked frustrated. Mm-hmm. And so then you end up getting to game three. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like Andre started to play a little bigger.
He took over a little bit more.
He took over. Yeah. He played a little bigger. He was taking more court, kind of more what Colin's used to, which is being the beta on a court.
Oh, my gosh.
And so Andre took over, and they ended up pulling it out in three.
Yeah. Frustrating. I mean, they played well. Obviously, they're good players, but I was excited. I thought that was a good matchup for us, and I actually thought, all things considered, I thought I played okay. Thought I played decent, and so I was happy with how I played.
Now, one of the big upsets, we had a couple. Jack Sock and Brandon Frenchie. We knew Frenchie would be swankified with his paddle. We knew that he would be. So
according to Dylan
crafty.
Seeger, who lives in Dallas, every player in Dallas is terrified of French. They have nightmares of French.
Yeah, French is disgusting. The French's big problem is consistency. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a lawyer full time.
Yeah.
But once you kind of figure him out, he kind of steps back and rips that little low.
He's very unorthodox.
Yeah. So for one match, French can beat anybody. Mm-hmm. So Frenchie and Sock beat Fed and Matt Wright.
Yeah.
That's big win.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed Matt Wright did not play mixed.
I noticed that too. Yeah. He just came out
played with Travis Rettenmeyer.
Yep.
So he came out for one.
Yeah, one event.
Which is interesting. Maybe he had work obligations, couldn't get there on a Friday. I don't know. So they pick up the win, and then Augie and Ignatowicz beat Julian and Travis. Mm-hmm. And so they end up beating French and Jack Sock.
Yep. In 2 games, but I thought they were a little bit close.
Yeah, it was 12, 10, 11, 7.
Yeah.
And then they get Jay and Riley, who end up beating. So let's just call it what it is. Let's just be honest about things because we're always honest. Noe Cliff was supposed to play with Rafa Hewitt. And Noe dropped Rafa when he found out that Gabe Tardio was available. That's the story we were told. He found out Gabe was available. He committed to Rafa. He dropped Rafa to play with Gabe. And then he lost in the quarters. Do you think that he regrets that?
I doubt he regrets it. I bet he regrets the outcome.
Do you think Rafa's happy to see him lose in the quarters?
If you get dropped by somebody and that person goes on to not do well, I think most people would be.
Makes you happy?
Yeah.
Okay. So they lose to Jay and Riley. Jay and Riley take on Augie and Ignatowicz and lose.
I thought Jay and Riley would have won that.
I did too. So we have Augie and Ignatowicz versus Dylan and J-Dub in the finals. I'm not sure that in March of this year, many people had that on their bingo card.
Yeah.
And Dylan and J-Dub, just like old times. Just like old friends.
Well, not old times because JW was not wearing tank tops in the old times.
That's true. I wish you would have brought out the cow pants because Sacramento, it used to be called the Cow Palace where the Kings played.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it would have been cool if he would have brought the cow pants out. But they end up winning 11-6, 11-7, 11-1. Don't really sweat it much. Augie and Ignatowicz. But they do. That's a good silver for them. And then Daskew and Colin actually have a very tough match with Jay and Riley. They lose 11-2. And then Jay and Riley, I believe, had match point on them in game 2 they had match point on them. And then in game 3 they were up. And they end up winning 12-10, 11-9.
Gotcha.
So Andre Colin with the bronze. Is that Colin's first medal since Masters?
It's got to be.
Crazy. It takes Ben leaving for him to win a medal.
It's got to be.
So big dub for them. Congrats, J-Dub with 2 golds. Dylan with a gold and a silver.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats to all those guys. I mean, Dylan, I think they talked about it in the booth, but I mean, he's still obviously a top level player, but last year he was making the podium a lot more. And so,
yeah,
congrats to him.
All right, Tyler.
All right, we're like only halfway through.
I know. We're going to get through this quick.
Oh, real quick.
It wasn't that cool.
Leia's tweet. So Leia's fun to follow on Twitter. She's very active. She's very she likes to voice her opinion on lots of things.
So look, we had a lot of things happening the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and this was like 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. We had a lot of things happening in the country going on. And we had a couple of pro pickleball players voice their opinions on it. One of them being Christian Alshon came out and said that he feels like he needs to speak up more. He's got a platform. He needs to use it. You know, what's happening is sad, all these things. And there's a couple other players who voiced their opinions as well. I know that Fed kind of sent some things out, you know, nothing like too crazy. And then Leia essentially has a tweet, and I don't want to misquote her, so let me read it directly, Tyler, okay? Unless she has me blocked. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't this be one hell of a way to find out I'm blocked? All right, let's see. Unless she deleted it. Note to all pickleball players. We don't have platforms that reach millions like some think we do, and no one cares about your political opinions. Can we please just go back to posting highlight reels? I'm so uninspired, and we should all stay in our lane. So, let's talk. Do you think that pro athletes should send out their opinions about world, like social issues and world news, Tyler?
You're putting me on the spot. Generally speaking, I prefer not to. But to say other sports or other players don't ever do this would be 100% lie. Every single athlete in other sports, they do this 100%.
Yeah, they do. And they feel like, now look, it's an interesting, her tweet is interesting to me because she says we don't have millions of followers, so don't send it out. To me, that reads as like, you don't really have the platform you think you have, so nobody cares what you have to say, right? Because it's not a big platform. But if they don't have a big platform, then who cares what they're saying, right? Yeah. Now, here's my thought, okay? I don't mind if pro athletes, like, look, you've earned that platform. You have millions of people that follow you. I don't mind if they speak out on certain things. Okay. Like, look, people worship them. They follow them. You know, how else do you invoke any sort of change? My issue with it is when somebody speaks out on something and they are not fully educated on it. And what I mean by that is if there's some like conspiracy that's going on and you freaking send that out, or if there's some misinformation about something that happened and you're tweeting that out, right? Without getting, and then the full facts come out and you were completely wrong.
Yeah.
Right. LeBron has done this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is. Right. Like if you're doing things like that without like having all the facts, I think you're being irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because you do have millions of people. Now, pickleball players, it is a little different. But like if Annalie Waters were to speak out about, let's just say Annalie speaks out about Charlie Kirk, right? She's got 100 and something thousand followers on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I think half of the people would, be in agreement, and the other half would tell her to shut up and dink. But I don't think I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. I think it's good. I think,
but I do think that you need to be very, very responsible.
In a perfect world, yes.
Yes, but you have to be careful. Yeah. Like, and what I mean by being careful is you can't just send out random shit that's not true.
Yeah.
Right? You can express your opinion all you want.
Yeah, and for specifically Alshon, I mean, that was more personal. That wasn't even. Yeah, I don't know. I thought his was fine.
I didn't have any issue with what Christian said.
And I think in today's world, had you asked this question 10, 15, 20 years ago, I think it would be very standard for people to say, stay in your own lane, do this, do that. But, I mean, honestly, the last 5 years, almost everybody, even CEOs of companies, I mean, Elon Musk, you have him, you have all these other companies, they're starting to be a lot more vocal. Whether that's good or not, that's what they're doing. And people will love them or hate them for it. So,
yeah, I mean, look, one thing that I think that I remember, I can't even remember the quote, but I remember it was something like, with great power
comes great
responsibility. And so I think if you have that, you just be careful. But I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But
and to be honest, you'll probably grow. You'll probably attract a new audience if you're a little bit more personable, if you start talking about different sports or different interests that you might have.
Yeah. But I also wonder, I think Leia kind of went on in the comments to say that like Twitter, and look, Twitter is not that, unfortunately, but where, she comes to look at the memes, she comes to look at the highlights, she comes to laugh at things.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, I mean, it's like a safe space.
And it had become like her outlet of real world. And so I get that too.
I do get where she's coming from, but also her statement, I mean, that's putting her in a very tight space, because if she talks about anything outside of pickleball, if she talks about music, if she talks about movies that she likes, I mean, somebody could use that argument and say, hey, don't talk about that stuff. Only talk about pickleball.
Listen, it's her algorithm.
Yeah.
She got to adjust that algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was kind of an interesting take. I like that. Listen, she also has the right to speak out, and Christian has the right to, kind of say what he wants to say. It's an interesting, because it's always been debated if athletes should, use their platform or not. And a lot of people are crazy, and they're just like, you guys your job is to be an athlete, go freaking make a basket.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of athletes want to be known for more than that.
Yeah.
Right? They're not.
And then some probably don't even want to be known for.
And some don't want to be known for that at all. Some they're right. Some of them are like, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
People joke about Jokic.
Yeah.
How they say he'll be 15 years down the road and no one will even know where he's at.
Oh yeah, the second that dude's going to retire in a year or two, and he's going to go buy a farm somewhere, and he's going to disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
he is. It's true, and he's going to be perfectly happy and content.
Okay, all right. PPA Malaysia. Give us the quick TLDR, the rundown on it.
Yeah, so PPA Malaysia. Look, PPA sent some solid players over there. Mm-hmm. Christian Alshon went. Anna Bright went. Zoe Wang was there. Caitlin Christian was
Tyson
there.
McGuffin,
Eric Gonsons. There were some good players. Naveen Beasley. There were some solid players over there. Okay. Alex Trong. John Trong.
Yep.
But it was outside.
Yeah, they had the tent structure.
Yes, but it was humid. I mean, I don't know if you saw the picture of Tyson, like just how the sweat on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane.
It was a scene from a movie or something like that.
Yeah, and they were using a Yola ball, which is soft to begin with. You played with it.
Yeah, similar to a Franklin.
Yeah, so now we're using a softer ball, and look, it was, man, it looked, to be honest, it looked miserable. I'll be honest with you, the humidity, the heat,
Yeah.
it looked miserable. So Christian, let's go men's singles real quick. Christian doesn't have much trouble in men's singles. He kind of rolls through it. He beats Thomas Yu, beats Mitch Hargreaves, who's an Australian, 11-4, 11-1. He beats Hong Nam Lai, 7-7.
Okay.
And then he beats Hong Kit Wong, who has played in the U.S.
Yeah. We played him in Japan. He goes by Jack.
Yeah. So he beats him 9-5 in the championship. So Christian ends up winning the singles gold. He didn't seem to have too much. I thought Naveen Beasley would have done a little bit better, but he lost to Jack, who won it all.
The one that I thought would have done better was Grayson. I thought he had a legit shot at semis or finals, and he had a tough loss.
Yeah, so that's the biggest. I would say that's the biggest upset.
It was I think it was like 11-9 in the third. So it was obviously a close match, but
yeah. So he ends up Grayson. I don't even see it on
he's
here.
at the bottom.
Okay, well, Grayson lost. Okay. All right. So, in fact, Grayson ended up 15. That's not bad.
Well, he started in the round of 16.
Yeah. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, big win for Christian. Congrats to him. And yeah, Grayson lost to Marco Loong?
Loong. Wannabe Loong.
Like Tyler.loong?
Exactly. My long-lost brother.
Yeah, long-lost Loong.
Long-lost
Spelled
Loong.
a little bit differently. So, good. There's a Jimmy, by the way.
Yeah. Jimmy, what's it?
Leon Kai Long?
Yeah.
All right, women's singles. So look, the Americans have gone over there, and it's not that the Asians haven't put up a good fight, but the Americans have won every medal so far.
When they go over.
So in women's singles, is it pronounced Rose or Roos? Because the announcer was saying Roos, but someone told me it was Rose.
I can't answer that.
Roos or Rose Van Reek. I think someone told me it was Rose. So she ends up beating Zoe Wang in the semis and plays Caitlin Christian in the finals. She loses 4-4. I mean, look, Caitlin Christian's one of the best female singles players on the PPA tour, on the United States tour. So it's not a surprise that, she ends up winning it. A lot of Australians played in it. Danielle Townsend, she actually lost in the first round. Liz Trueluck lost in the round of 16. Hannah Blatt lost in the round of 16. So there's some decent names over there. Yufei Long, who's been, she's come over here and had some success. So big win for Caitlin Christian in that hot, muggy, disgusting heat. And Rose with the gold. Rose gold?
Gold.
With the silver,
Yeah.
And then Zoe Wang ends up winning bronze. All right. Now we're going to get to the fun part, Tyler.
Okay.
Let's go to women's doubles first. Or do you want to go mixed?
Whatever you want.
Let's go mixed. All right, mixed. Ben Johns plays with Anna Bright. Team Yola. And Eric Onsens plays with Danielle Townsend, which, again, that's pretty good. They end up matching up with Ben and AB in the round of 16. And they lose 6-0. Ben and AB it felt like Ben and AB were pretty locked in, at least on that side of things, in the mix side the whole time. Alex and John Trong played Leah Tauber and Callan Dawson. Your former partner.
Go Callan.
And they ended up beating them in 3. And then they ended up losing to Ben and AB 5-8 in the semis. Zoe Wang and Tyson McGuffin. This is interesting. They lost to Sarah Dennehy.
Okay.
And Santosh Narayanan.
Okay.
11-9, 11-2. It's a big win for them.
Yeah.
I wonder if they found that. Oh, no, because Zoe would have been playing the right. Anyways, good win for them. They actually almost lost to Grayson and Hannah Blatt in the round before. Zane Navertil and Rose Van Reet lose in the round of 16. Zane.
So that was their first. Was that their first match?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So they lose their very first match. And then Caitlin Christian and Christian Alshon, Ranchers teammates.
Yep.
They play together. They end up making it to the finals against Ben and AL. And they lose 2 and 3. So they only play 3, best of 3 there. They didn't play best of 5, which is probably good with that humidity. And then Alex and John Trong win the bronze. So American sweep.
Yep.
All 3. Not surprising.
Somebody asked in the Discord, do you think those local players or Asian players like it when U.S. players come over?
I think they like it. I think they... If there's more tournaments, they would be fine with it. If they're coming in playing in every single tournament, I think they're going to get annoyed, right? But at some point, I mean, it's not like these players, they're putting up like a decent fight, right? So I don't think they're getting like, smacked. I mean, let's go look. The Australian women, we had PPA Australia, and the Americans did really well in that one too.
Yeah,
I think Elise won.
Yeah.
Right, Lacey and Tyson, I think, won. But we go to PPA Malaysia on the women's side, and the Australian women actually end up upsetting Anna Bright.
Yeah.
Now, Anna Bright played with Rose Van Reek and Nicola Schoeman, and Danielle Townsend beat them 11-6, 11-3. I mean, that's a beatdown.
Big shout out to Danny. I went to message her on Instagram, and I click on her profile, and it says she's only accepting people that she follows or something like that. So she wasn't following me. I wasn't following her. And so I click follow, and then I guess she followed me back, and then I was able to congratulate her. But she wasn't following me before.
She's a big deal.
I know. I felt that was really, really rude.
I feel like that's kind of rude of her, too.
Yeah.
So she was in San Clemente practicing for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And like she wasn't playing, but it was during PPA and MLP.
Yeah.
And I thought she was pretty good. I think she looked pretty good.
Zane made a tweet that Danny is for sure a premier level talent. Thoughts?
I mean, if Premier is 6 players deep, and there's some players out there like on the Hustlers and on some other teams, then sure, she probably is. Is she a starter in Premier? No, she's got a long ways to go.
I believe in you, Danny.
I think she's good. I think she's going to
Do you know
be.
her background?
No.
If you had to guess, any sports?
Volleyball.
Table tennis.
Really?
She was really good.
Interesting.
Like really good. She beats Ben Johns in ping pong.
You think?
No, she does.
She does, really? Wow.
She played for like Australia or something like that.
Well, she's from Australia. That makes sense.
Like Team Australia.
Really? Okay. Yeah, that's impressive. Good win for her. They end up going to the gold, and they lose 11-6, 14-12 to Zoe and Caitlin Christian.
Gotcha.
Caitlin Christian, double gold and a silver. 2 golds and a silver. Would that ever happen here in the U.S.?
It'd be tough.
Right?
Yeah.
But Danny and Nicola, I'm saying this like I don't know. Also that, I think it's Sarah Dennehy, had a bronze. Dude, I don't, listen, guys.
The names are tough. They're in Australian.
Well, I just think we need a pronunciation guide. Like, can we get a pronunciation guide, please? Thank you. Even like college football players, like all the Polynesian names, there's a pronunciation guide. Tui Ona Toa. So, anyways, good dubs for them. But again, the Australians and the Americans dominate the women's side.
Okay.
Alex Trong also upset early, by the way.
In women's?
Yeah. She lost.
Who was she with?
She was with Ting Chi Wei. Who? Okay. Is it Jamie? Is that the same girl?
I don't know. I've only been over there once, and so.
Is that Jamie Wei? I think that's the same girl that played with Yufei here in the U.S.
Maybe.
In San Clemente. All right. So, anyways, but AB and Alex, I'm surprised they didn't team up.
Yeah. Okay. Men's doubles.
Men's got wild. So Ben Johns and Christian Alshon put their differences aside, and they teamed up. Now, I heard that there was like some wild, like, oh my gosh, I lost my internet. There was some wild, like, press tours and stuff they had to do. Like these dudes were busy. There wasn't like a lot of just playing pickleball for them. So they end up teaming up. They lose the very first game.
They go 3 games, their first match.
Yeah. First match, they go 3. And they didn't look great. And then they went 3 again, I think. But they were able to kind of ham and egg it, able to get the wins. They get to the gold medal match.
And they did play Rob Nunnery and his partner.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So Rob Nunnery, for those that don't know, I don't think it's a secret. Ben Johns is currently dating Rob Nunnery's ex-wife. Rob Nunnery and Ben Johns were best friends. They had a podcast together called Freestyle Boys Podcast. They were BFFs. They used to hang out together all the time. Rob was married to Jackie Nunnery. And Jackie Nunnery essentially said, yo, Rob, you're cool, but your BFF is cooler. And she left Rob for Ben. Ben stole his best friend's wife. And they're still together, by the way. So they end up playing each other.
And according to Rob, this was the first time that they have competed against each other since 2022.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. So they end up playing, and they actually take game 1 off of Ben and Christian. Now, for those that don't know, Rob also has like
some health conditions.
He actually has a colostomy bag that he plays with because he had some really bad, I think it was Crohn's disease and some other things. So he's actually just, he went through some surgeries and he's been back for a little bit, but he's dealing with it still hampers him. And Rob said he kind of just gassed out, but they ended up beating him, taking a game off of him. After the match, Ben did it wasn't you paddle tap. Ben did this, dude. Ben did the full hand.
Full dap?
The full dap, and Rob just stuck out his paddle. But Ben was going for full dap. What do you think about that?
Hey.
You bang a man's wife. You take his wife, and then you try to full dap him.
What's in the past is in the past.
No way. You don't dap him up. Did he think Rob was going to give him a hug and be like, hey, it's all good, bro? Thanks for freaking taking my wife?
Forgive and forget.
No way. No chance. You can forgive without giving the full dab. You can't. You can be like, hey, it's all good. You can have her without freaking wanting to dap him up. We're not hanging out. I'm not going to bring my new girlfriend to dinner with you two. Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have you seen her, Jackie Nunnery's
Fortnite Man
videos?
Yes, I have.
They might be the funniest thing on the internet. She makes meals and recipes for Ben, and she calls Ben Fortnite Man, and then she'll open the door to his gaming room, and he's in there on his headset, and he's like, I got two, he's cracked, and Ben is just hardcore gamer.
I love it.
And then she closes the door, and
I do that with StarCraft.
Kind of makes these funny faces. They're not bad. They're just so freaking long.
Real quick, so my hand's been broken. I had a cast on it for a while. So
you did?
People would go to shake my hand.
Yeah.
And I'd just stick out my paddle.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's not like I'm being rude. It's just I don't want to.
But they're not trying to dap you up.
Some are trying to dap me up.
Are they trying to dap you up after banging your wife?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. So I think that there's a difference. Yeah. By the way, some of these, do you think, let me ask you a question. This is totally unrelated to that. This is back to pickleball, by the way. So all you PG-13 can get back on. Do you think that these seedings were purposely done this way? So here's an example, okay? Grayson Golden and John Trong end up playing Eric Onsens and Tyson McGuffin in the round of 16. Mm-hmm. You're telling me that their seed was lower than Kenta Miyoshi and Lucas Pascoe? Right? Because they don't put seeds on here.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Nunnery just happens to end up being matched up with Ben?
Well, it was in the quarters or semis?
It was in the quarters, so he did have to win a couple matches. Yeah. He played with Vanchik Kapadia. Your boy Tama got another win.
Who was he with?
Fook.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Zayn Navratil, Armand Batia end up making it all the way to the semis. They lose 11-6, 11-2. So we get to the finals.
All right, yeah, let's get to the finals.
Okay, so it's Ben and Christian against Eric and Tyson. It felt like they were just so hot and tired. Christian played like ass. Let's just call it what it is. He was hellacious. Worst player on the court. I thought Tyson played pretty good. I thought Ben played well. I thought Eric played pretty good. It did seem like they were pulling every single ball at each other, including Ben. Like they just wanted to get off the court as fast as they could. But it made for an exciting match. And that's a soft ball. And so it was very hard to put away. But Ben and Christian lose 11-5, 13-15 the second game, and then 11-9. Eric Hanson's, Tyson McGuffin, Malaysia gold.
So I asked this in the Discord. I think this is the first time, to my knowledge, that Tyson has ever beaten Ben in a PPA.
Really?
I think. Can you think of another time?
I cannot, but that's big. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And it counts because it's still playing Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben normally...
I have a question, and you probably don't know the answer to this, but maybe you do because you are part Asian. How come some of these last names are like capitalized? Like all caps.
That's the way we do things.
Like this guy's Yang Wan, and then it's Kim, but Kim is all caps.
I feel like it's the same in South America. There's a lot of names that are like 10 words long. Some are capitalized, some have accents.
But all 3 letters are capitalized.
I don't know.
I've never seen that. And then sometimes some of these are not. I don't know. I mean, or like there's a guy named Jason. Maybe it's a typo. Jason Taylor, and Taylor is all capitalized.
Might be a typo. Question for you. So Onson's, he's a very electric player. He has very high highs, low lows. Very
Brazilian.
dangerous. Huh? Brazilian. I don't know if you saw, but when him and Tyson won, and he's done this before, where he'll like throw his paddle on the ground and then like celebrate and stuff like that, and then he'll go tap paddles.
Yeah, remember he got flipped off by Christian.
Yes. What are your thoughts on that? Is that fine, or should he?
Yeah, if I win a gold, bro, I'm not. My opponent is the last thing on my mind.
Okay.
I don't think he's doing it like maliciously. I get it. Like I'm sure Tyson went and tapped and then celebrated. Yeah. Because Tyson is, he's older, more mature. But if I'm winning gold, I'm freaking, the shirt's coming off. I'm waving it in the air. I'm throwing my paddle. That Malaysia crowd
cameraman was incredible.
Yeah, he was awesome. And that Malaysia crowd was electric.
Yeah.
How come their cameraman can cover the entire court? We could see every part of the court. And then sometimes on PPA events, we literally miss a quarter of the court. We can't see the baseline at all.
Technology is different over there. They were using standard carbon paddles while we were using wood paddles.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, they're just ahead of us in technology.
Their cameraman actually, I bet that cameraman was sweating.
Yeah. He was the same one in Japan, so I talked to him a little bit, but super nice guy. I think he's from the Philippines.
And he's really good. Yeah. We need to get him over here.
Yeah.
Because we don't even get a freaking quarter of the court. We don't even know if the ball's in or out.
The way he was running was so funny.
Yeah, he's bad, dude. He's a bad man. He was the real MVP.
I loved it.
Dude, the coverage was great. The announcer, though, I don't know, the one announcer guy was...
Real quick, so we have so many tangents.
He was annoying.
So I think this was the same announcer, and I've talked to him off camera, so I know who he is. But in one match, he was extremely biased towards one of the players.
Yeah. What
are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you can't do it. This is why when you have like players announcing, right? Players tend to cheer for their friends and things like that. It makes it tough. You got to try and stay neutral the best you can. Yeah, I mean, look, you can't openly cheer against people, right? I think that's a tough look. Now, I think the hardest part about it is we have some very professional commentators, right? We have Drew Felios, we have Michelle McMahon, Dave Fleming. These are professional. They have done other sports. They've been commentating for years, right? They're high level. They're professionals. And then on the flip side, we throw in a Greg Dow, and we throw in a whoever rando is going to do grandstand.
Who needs their events.
We throw in an Irina. We throw in these random, and it's not that they don't provide good insight and they're not clever and funny, but those players are going to have biases, right? And so that's where it gets a little bit tough.
All right. Anything else? So congrats to Tyson. Congrats to Eric. Big win. Do you know if they're playing Vietnam now?
I thought that some of them were staying, yes.
I know some of them are, but I thought many of them were going back home after Malaysia, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm actually not 100. Oh, well, let's see, Tyler.
Okay, real quick, we got to give a big shout out to our next sponsor, which is Holey Performance. You know, had Holey gone there to PPA Malaysia,
They needed Holey.
I think they could have sold a lot of these packets.
For sure.
Go check them out at holeyperformance.com and use code KOTC. Me and Jimmy, we have our exclusive flavor, which is white gummy. It is incredible. It hydrates you, so when you're sweating on the courts, in general, in life, all those nutrients that go out of your body, this will replenish them and keep you as healthy as possible. Jimmy, tell us something a little about Holey Performance.
Yeah, so I'm a big Holey guy. Obviously, like that. I think that's actually a great example is in PPA Asia, right? To see exactly what the way that these guys are sweating, they're cramping. Tyson, I mean, the floor was like white and sticky.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
If he had Holey, I think that he would have lasted a little bit longer. I think he could have, pushed through a little bit, and he could have replenished everything that he was losing. So make sure that your water is not enough.
Yeah. And not only that, but they also have a ton of other products. They have a pre-game, post-game, in-game. So before your match, during your match, and after your match. They also have greens, so just keeping you healthy. Go check them out, Holey Performance, and use code KOTC. Thank you for the support.
Okay, so check this out.
Checking it out.
Vietnam.
Hey, by the way, Bad Bunny is to headline Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, my Bad Bunny? Really? That's who it was? Ew. Bad Bunny's okay, but like...
Dude, he has a massive following.
I know, but I thought it was going to be like... I was hoping for
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 others.
I thought it would be like it's like a freaking Morgan Wallen or Jelly Roll or... Anyways, okay, listen to this. Vietnam. Eric Onsens is playing. Okay. Mitch Hargraves, a lot of the same. On the women's side, Caitlin Christian, Zoe Wang, Liz Trulick, Hannah Blatt, all the Australians. But here's interesting. Men's doubles. Guess who the number 1 seed is?
Who?
Ben Johns and Deckel Barr.
Yes, I saw that Deckel was traveling.
Tyson
there
and Eric are playing again.
Nice.
They're the 2 seed. Zane Navratil and Armand Batia are the 3. On the women's side, Caitlin Christian and Zoe Wang are the 1. Alex Trong is playing again with the same partner. They're the 2. But Nicholas Schulman and Danielle Townsend are back as well. Not as many Americans in this one. And then on mixed doubles, Tyson is playing with Zoe. John Trong is playing with Alex. Ben is not playing mixed. He's only playing men's in that. Eric Onsens is playing with Rose Van Riek. Zane is playing with Danielle because he's got to glaze her and gas her up. And then Armand Batia and Caitlin Christian.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No. It's good.
Real quick, before we get into questions, our favorite guy, QD, Quang Duong.
Yeah, Quang Duong.
We're not quite sure who runs his social medias, but he made a post that said that showed Quang playing some badminton, practicing, and it said that my dad thinks that he can train any elite badminton or tennis player to be a top pickleball player within 6 to 9 months.
I mean, what's top?
I mean, it's got to be top 10, top 15.
Because is Quang top 10 or top 15?
I would say not at the moment, no.
And he wasn't in.
I think he touched there briefly, but it
in
wasn't
singles,
sustained.
but he was never in like men's, right? I think Quang's a great player, but I don't think he was. We just talked about Danielle Townsend and how great she was at. Now maybe she didn't train with Duke, but we've had plenty of players who were top. I mean, we have Yuta, who's the number 1 soft tennis player, come over, and again, maybe they're not training with Duke, and Duke is saying that he's got the magic touch.
Yep.
But do I think that these guys can convert eventually? Sure. But we've had people come over. I mean, we have the number 1. I don't think people understand this. We have the number 1 racquetball player in the world, Daniel De La Rosa. He's the number 1 player in the world.
Yeah.
And
I don't think currently, but he
is current.
Currently?
Still. Yeah. I think
Look
he's
it up
still
right
current.
now.
Let's see.
Last I checked, he was like top 5, which is still incredible.
Yeah. And is he dominating?
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, anyways, I think that, sure, can they have success? Yes, but we hear it all the time. Dude, we've heard for years when the D1 tennis players come, when this guy comes, when that guy comes, and we haven't seen it yet. So I would like to see it. Sure. I think it'd be great. I would love to see that. Right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing his name.
Let me see.
He's probably the number one in Mexico for sure.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Question time. Thoughts on CJ Klinger going to Adidas?
That's big. It's big for Adidas. I think it's big for CJ. And yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's I mean, look, now he doesn't have to choose his outfits either. Right? So yeah, I agree.
Do the Malaysian results show that players outside the U.S. are better than we thought?
By the way, Daniel De La Rosa was the number one overall ranked racquetball player in 2021, 2022, 2023. So you're right. Then he kind of transitioned to pickleball. But that's fairly current.
Yeah, that's still impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Do the Malaysian results show that players outside the U.S. are better than we thought?
No, it doesn't. I mean, we all think that I don't think anybody undersold him. I think people thought that there was talent over there. But again, the U.S. swept everything other than the Australians. The Asians didn't win anything. Mm-hmm. Right. And yeah, they're getting there, but they're still behind.
I think the Asians are stronger than Australian though.
Well, but the Australian women won.
Yeah, I'm talking on the men's side more so. Well,
yeah, I think they're going to be good. Like, I don't think it's a matter of if. Yeah. It's a matter of when, but it's just like right now. But I think we all thought that they were good.
Yeah.
But there's so many. I mean, dude, I've seen all these freaking, like, even these APP players, right? Which I heard some APP players tried to play in that and got denied. Uh-huh. But there's all these APP players playing in these global tournaments, and they're going to Bali and going to all these places and winning, and it's great. But it's like, these are players that if they played in the U.S. aren't even top 30, top 40 players. And
even
they're going
top 50 or top 60.
Yeah, and they're going over there winning, which is fine. But it just shows that they're not there yet. It's not that there's not talent. It's just the talent hasn't reached the U.S. It's just like the U.S. dominates in basketball, right? But what happened? The rest of the world started to catch up.
Yeah,
and they will.
Also, in defense of the American players, I'll also say that going over there for these tournaments, and I guess it would be the same for these players coming over here, but normally they stay a little bit longer than the U.S. players going over there. But it's extremely different. It is totally different. The weather conditions, the court conditions, the ball conditions, the style of play. So that's something that you have to take into consideration. I've always said for the longest time, I'd like to see these players have sustained success, not only winning one match over Ben or one game over Ben, but doing that time and time and time again.
Yeah, but nobody does that over Ben, and the reality is
any good player.
Yeah, and they get a second chance in Vietnam, and let's see what happens.
Okay, what's fun and what's challenging about match commentating?
Well, you did it.
I hated it.
Really?
I don't like it.
I don't mind it. Look, here's the thing: is if you get to do it with Drew or you get to do it with Mish, they're pros.
Yeah.
Like when I've done it with both. They're pros. They make it very, very easy. It's just like talking to a friend. Both of them are incredible at it. In fact, Mish, before I commentated with Mish in San Clemente, she said, do you want to go super technical? Because some of the commentators, some of the analysts I have like to go super technical. Or she's like, do you want to make it like podcasty?
Yeah.
Right? Like and she was able to kind of flip and, I've done it with, what's the other dude's name?
Dave?
No.
Drew?
Young kid.
Will
Doughton. Yes. Sorry, Will. I've done it with Will. Will's great too. He's a little bit newer, but he's doing a good job. So yeah,
Drew Felios is incredible.
Drew's amazing, dude.
The tricky part, similar to the pod, is that you're going to have people who love it or hate it no matter what. Even Lindsay Newman, who some people said she was not a good commentator, some people said she was great. Yeah. Literally, some people said that she was great.
Yeah, Lindsay's fine. I thought she was hellacious as a commentator, but whatever.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is some people still like
they probably thought it was refreshing
and
it was different, and they wanted to know all about Christine Maddox's love life. So
It's fun because you get to watch the game, you get to talk about it, you get to see ins and outs, and then
I would say it's you at least get a good seat, but you actually don't. Some of those places you commentate from are wild.
Dude, we talked about it on the pod, but there's this random crock pot just baking chili right next to us.
Did you eat?
We don't know where it came from, but it was there the entire day.
Do you think maybe somebody didn't want to leave their chili, and so
I don't know.
They just left it? That's crazy.
It was weird. What game styles did the wooden paddle tournament favor most? Any surprises? So we talked about this quite a bit, but Jimmy kind of said kind of the OG style for the most part.
Yeah, the big bangers didn't have as much success, right? Look at the people who won, right? J-Dub won. Dylan had success. Mm-hmm. Colin had success.
Federico won singles.
Fed won singles. So the guys that could get to the kitchen, could play the cat and mouse, could dink, as opposed to just standing back baseline, hitting big drives and passing shots.
And that's the other thing with the PPA Malaysia tournament going on. I would have loved to see these top players, Ben Johns. I would have loved to see Grayson using this wood paddle to see how they would have done.
Yeah, I think Ben would have done really well. I think Grayson wouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But I also think that Malaysia, with the humidity and the soft ball, it probably does favor a guy like Ben a little bit too.
Do you think,
or Tyson even, right?
Do you think all the pro players using the same paddle made any difference? For sure.
Yeah.
Made a difference.
Yeah, I think it does. I think paddles make a difference. Paddles matter. It's just I don't know how many people watch this. They're golf fans, but Tiger Woods he signed with Nike, signed that massive deal, and then Nike irons and driver were shit. They sucked. And people were amazed. I remember Phil Mickelson used to say that Tiger's doing as well as he is using inferior equipment. Mm-hmm. And it's the same with paddles too.
Why doesn't Anna, I'm assuming they mean Anna Bright, but they just say Anna. Why doesn't Anna play with Dylan more?
Anna didn't play with Dylan.
I know. I don't know if they mean Kate, but...
Kate, maybe? I think Kate and Dylan have played together quite a few times.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They've had some success. It's not a bad team. But again, the problem is when you get the regular paddles, it can neutralize Dylan's game a little bit, right? Dylan has good hands, but when you have normal paddles in his hand, it makes it a little bit harder for him to get to the kitchen, right? It's a little bit harder his speed ups for him he can't just pull every single shot like he did with the wood paddles.
Wooden paddles in Sacramento, PPA Malaysia, or Sydney Steinecker PB and Supercars event? LOL.
I mean, I heard it was big. She called it Project P. Have you seen that movie Project X?
Yeah.
So she called it Project P instead of just kept growing and growing and growing.
Nice.
I think it's good for the sport. Anybody that's willing to do something like that, and if you start getting influencers and celebrities and supercars and all the things, I think it's great.
In a couple years, will high schools start offering scholarships for pickleball? I would say no, because I'm not aware of any high schools that offer scholarships for any of their sports.
But colleges, it's possible, but I think it's a ways away. I think there's Title IX issues. There's some other things. We happen to have some pro pickleball players who work for the NCAA, and it's a little bit ways away. But it could happen. But from a club perspective, it's already there.
All right, this question comes from the one and only Camilla Silvetti.
Camila.
When are y'all playing versus Ava and Camilla? Official challenge sent.
Dude, that actually would be sick because we just learned today, if you're more than 1 point higher, it won't affect our Duprs. So we would be fine. Right?
So what's their combined Dupr?
Well, Ava's a 4 what?
Is she higher than Camilla?
I mean, they got to be. They're probably like a 9-0 combined.
I feel like that's generous.
Yeah, and you're 6 something. Just kidding. Let's do it. Let's make it. Should we live stream it?
That would be great.
Camilla, first of all, I would actually have done it sooner had you invited me to your wedding.
Do you think Onson's foot faulted on championship point? If so, wild it wasn't caught. Did you see that?
They missed so many. I'm sorry, But I don't know what it is. But even in the Anna Bright, when Anna Bright lost, they missed so many foot faults.
That was
there.
the biggest thing that the refs missed when I was over there was push-offs.
They do not miss foot faults in the United States.
Yeah.
They don't. It's crazy. I don't know what it is.
The last year and a half, they've gotten so much better.
They're hawks. Yeah. But over there, man, they miss a lot of foot faults.
Yeah. Jack Sock would have loved it. He got called for 3 foot faults.
Yeah.
Did pros have to choose either Malaysia or the wood paddle tournament? And where was Annalie Waters?
I felt like Malaysia was like invite only.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it went, but from what I was told, some players wanted to go to that, but they weren't allowed to.
Yeah,
so
AL's just taking some time off.
Yeah, I heard she was against the wood paddle.
Can I tell you something funny though?
Only if it'll make me laugh.
We sent a thing. We posted on our Instagram about Jack Sock, like embracing like vintage Jack Sock, and somebody commented, and I won't say who, but you know who they are. I'll tell you after. And they said, if it was vintage Jack Sock, he would have been in good shape. See? Kind of funny.
Oh, man. I'll say that Dow said that.
Dow, man.
Not a question, but just wanted to say Jimmy is awesome on the podcast. Parent of a junior player.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
They must have a well-behaved child. Guaranteed. One of the few. One of the good ones.
My gosh.
Shout out the juniors, by the way.
Oh, my gosh. I got to check on the Dallas football game.
What? No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay. Phew. I put some money on it, and I was thinking.
Oh. All right. Bad Bunny.
Okay.
Tyler.
If you made it this far, please do us a big favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Jimmy, what's on the schedule for this week?
This week, so there's not a lot going on, but next week is Virginia Beach.
Yep.
Everybody's favorite.
Dude, $1,000 plane ticket to get there.
It's Progressive?
Yeah.
Where are you staying?
Probably the tournament hotel. I normally try to stay there. It's a Marriott.
Oh, I stayed at the
Fairfield or Springfield.
I stayed at the Moxie, and it's right on the beach.
Is it nice?
It's nice, but did
it smell like drugs in there?
No, but did I tell you what happened?
No.
Okay, here's a story. So the Moxie, it's a Marriott, but it's like one of their like travel bougie like hipster hotels. Uh-huh. So like the rooms are smaller, but they're like, they put like the weird furniture, like you sit in the hand, type of thing. Anyways, Jenny Bay, who owns DTL Sports Center, you know Jenny Bay. So 2 things happen. So first, Jenny Bay goes into her room, right? We got there at the same time. No, she texts me and she says, "Hey, did you?" Because we were checking in at the same time. She said, "Did you have like a welcome gift in your room?" And I said, "No, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "My shower is filled with balloons, and it says on the wall of it, it says something like you would look better naked or something like that. It's written on the wall." And I said, I don't think the hotel would do that.
It's kind of creepy.
Like a welcome thing, right? Yeah. So
you didn't have one in your bathroom?
So either they didn't clean it or something super creepy. So then like the next day, and this is, by the way, you probably shouldn't stay there. So then the next day I'm getting ready to leave. And thankfully I'm just sitting on the bed, like putting my shoes on. Mm-hmm. And these 2 dudes just walk into my room, literally walk in.
Was it open?
No, they used their key. They were workers.
Oh, gotcha.
And they just opened the door and walk in. And I was like, "Hello?" And they're like, "Oh, sorry. We didn't know anyone was in here." They're like, "Your fire alarm's going off." Mm-hmm. And I said, "Wouldn't I hear it?" And they're like, and then they left. And then literally like 15 minutes later, the fire alarm in the entire place goes off. And they made everybody leave. It was the weirdest. It was sketch. It was weird. Huh. Anyways, it is on the beach though.
We love the beach. Daytona or Virginia?
Virginia? Oh, gosh. I'd probably take Virginia Beach over Daytona.
Virginia, Daytona, St. Louis, or Sacramento?
If I had to rank them in order of least to best, so I would say number one where I never want to go ever is Daytona. They're number 1 by far. Then I would probably say Virginia Beach is right behind them.
Okay.
And then I would say St. Louis.
Okay.
And then Sacramento. Like Sacramento's got its spots, but like, I grew up in California, the Bay Area. So like Sacramento, I have a little bit of fondness for, but not, yeah.
Okay.
But Virginia Beach and Daytona by far.
All right. If you made it this far, please do us a big favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Also, last question for you, Jimmy.
Tyler.
Do I have a velvety voice?
Velvety?
Some guy in the group chat said Tyler has a super velvety voice.
Really? So maybe they can listen to you talk about paint drying.
I don't know what a velvety voice even means.
I don't know, but I love a good compliment, so keep them
All
coming.
right, thanks. Have a great week.